Hi, welcome. So, I am super excited to be here with you guys. I'm just gonna wait for a couple of you to jump on. This is the Emotions and Essential Oils Facebook Live I wanted to do for you guys. You know, I asked all of my Facebook friends, what do you want to see right now with essential oils? And everybody said for emotions. So this is my favorite topic and the reason that I have fallen in love with essential oils. Hi Heather, so good to see you. And I know that if you've been following me for a while, you know that yes, I love oils for all the ways I use them in my home. Hi Mel. And I use them for everything. Like, I mean, they've replaced how I clean the bathtub, how I disinfect my countertops, hey Cassie, how I do all of that. But what they've really touched me with and how they've really helped me in my world and in my life is with what really supporting me with my emotional wellness. So, hi everyone, as you guys are just jumping on, it's so good to see everybody. I'm super blessed to be here with you today. And let's get started. Hi Marlene, hi Sarah, on really what these magical oils can do for us. Hi Chelsea, with and for our emotions. So I get asked a lot from beautiful women and gentlemen on, you know, I'm filled with stress every day, or I'm not sure how I can get through any of my fears or my blocks. Now, I believe that all of our emotions are really connected to teaching us what we need to have a breakthrough around, right? So I'm not saying that these oils are going to help you push these emotions away where you're not looking at them. What I think is the most beautiful about these potent and pure essential oils is that they help you bring your emotions to the surface where you can grab a hold of them and you can notice and actually be with them and notice that they no longer are serving you, and that you can find a way also with the oils to release and let go. So I want to touch on what these emotions actually, like how they work, how they are affecting our body and our being, and how we can start to ease through them and choose again. So a reference that I'll keep going back to for all you goddess bosses or oil lovers on our team already is the Emotions and Essential Oils book. This is the book that literally changed my world when it came to essential oils. So like I said, they're not just for cleaning your countertops, even though that's fantastic. Let me grab I'm not on my computer. They work so well with emotions, and I want to tell you how, because if you're like me, I want to know that, like, I am so spiritual. I love that you can tell me to put oils down my spine and I'm going to be less stressed, and we're going to get into the oils that we can use for that. But I also want to know, how do I know this actually works? So from this book, it states that essential oils, there's 5 stages of healing. So to support these 5 stages with essential oils, what they're doing is these oils are strengthening us during each stage and preparing us for the next level of healing. So the 5 stages are this. They're assisting us in healing our physical body. If you get a burn, if you get a cut, if you have a breakout, you know, wrinkles, all of that good stuff. They are supporting us and healing us and assisting us in healing our physical body. And then it goes into assist in healing the heart. Assist and heal the heart. Then we go into releasing the limitation. Then we go into a spiritual awareness or connection. And then we go into fulfillment of our life's purpose. So sometimes, like I have some people near and dear to me in my life that have a very sore back. So I was out for, it's my Nana. She's not going to watch this. It's my Nana. My Nana has a sore back often. And so I was with her and I was listening to her and I'm like, oh gosh, you know, like sometimes we can show up with a lot of physical pain that can be within us or holding us back for a lot of our life. And so many times we skirt over this idea that this physical pain could be coming from emotions or fear that we've been holding on to, especially in your neck and your back. You know, that's really a lot where family issues can harbor. Your lower back is money issues. And I'm getting all this. I'll show you. Where is that book? Oh geez, I don't even know where that book is. But the book that changed my life with that was You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And that's where I really started to understand how our emotions can be stored in our bodies. So going back to going out for coffee with my Nana, she was saying she had a really sore neck and a really sore back. And so I gave her some deep blue samples. Now, I understand that this isn't just like any icy blue that you're going to put on and it's going to help you, diminish your pain for a little bit. I know that what these oils do emotionally is you'll go to the surface. Okay, I'm feeling some pain in my neck and my back. I'm going to apply this oil, this product. Then what happens is you start to feel, and this is just my own experience, and I hope everyone else can experience for themselves as well, you start to feel this connection of all the reasons why possibly your neck can be in pain, or your shoulder. Heather, I'll have to look into that for you. A lot of times I think people that have, heaviness in their shoulders, I can tend to get heaviness in their shoulders, is by nature, we want to people please. And we want to carry others on us and with us and try to do everything for everybody. If that sounds like you, I will reference the book and let you know. But for me, that's when I notice I feel really heavy. It's like I'm trying to carry everything and I'm not just tuning into that flow or setting my boundaries, which we can get into that as well. But what happens is once you apply it to your physical body, we're going to go right into healing the heart. So now you're going to start to bring up, oh, okay, well, I remember these things from the past, or this thing that happened to me, or I should forgive this person, or, oh, wow, like I'm feeling like I can look at this past with more ease and more grace or more awareness, and I'm okay to hold on to this now. And then when we move right into releasing the limiting beliefs. So once you're able to bring to the surface what this is that's causing the heaviness or the tension in the neck. So for me, I always had a ton of back issues. This runs in my family. I'll actually tell you this funny story. It's not even funny. I'll tell you the story. I went out with my Aunt Marla and her friend, who is a massage therapist, that came with us to the doTERRA event the other night here. And I said to her friend, who's a massage therapist, I said, can you believe I have never had a massage? Now this is coming. I used to go to a chiropractor every single week. I watched my dad, my mom, my sister, everyone go to a chiropractor every single week. And I had the worst back, the worst. And it was in my lower back. This is when I had money issues. But anyways, her friend said to me, wow, well, you have a really good back. And my sister pipes up and says, oh, no, she goes to the chiropractor. And I said, no, I don't. I haven't been to the chiropractor in years. And they all looked at me in shock, like, well, what did you do? I said, I worked on my emotions. And then that was it. She wanted to know like how the oils have helped me with this, because this is incredible. She can teach other people about this, and she wanted to know my process. Now, I know our body is reflecting the things that we're holding on to. So if there is pain, or if there is tension, if there is any sort of heaviness or aches, that it is leading us to show us where we need to work, where we can heal, where we can release and let go. For me, it was always my skin. From the age of 26 to 30, 31, I had the worst acne ever. And I was the cleanest eater. I removed everything that I was allergic to, and it still wasn't clearing up. And this is when I started to look for essential oils, way back when I started to go on a holistic journey. And what I noticed was they weren't necessarily just helping me topically, they were helping me emotionally. And that's what cracked me open to understand that all of this that I was afraid to show to you guys was just a lack of acceptance and self-love for myself. It was a constant and daily judgment that I had on myself. And when I worked on these emotions, this is why I'm a life coach and a leader today, is because of what I went through with my skin, and understood that there's this whole other realm of these beautiful oils that we can tune into and we can help other people with. So this is kind of how the emotions start to work, right? We start to understand that we're holding something and that it's telling us what we need to work on. And this is why, and I'll go into this, I have a really big oil collection. I mean, this is only a half of it, not even, because I have so many in the bedroom, the bathroom, and downstairs, and all over the house. But what I like to do is I like to go intuitively to what my oils need. And we're going to talk about your intuition in a second and how we can tune into that. But I will go into that, and then I'll reference my book to find out why the oil called me. You know, ylang ylang calls me all the time, and I know that that's the oil of the inner child. And my inner child had been locked away in a cave for a long time. I was not loving her until I was able to safely go in and work with her, that everything started to shift. So there's a beautiful process of when you're working with the physical body and the essential oils, the oils, each of them carry their own frequency. So rose, for example, is the highest frequency of essential oil that you can work with. So when you put it on your body, let's say you put it on a pain, or your shoulders are heavy, or in my case, sometimes I get like I feel like my hip is pinched. I know that's a fear of me stepping forward. We'll get into all that. It's always on my right side, so that's my masculine side. I'm trying to keep up with all you guys. So back to this, your rose oil holds a high frequency. So when you put this on your body, it says here that, or does it say here? Each oil will raise the vibration of the physical body. So as the body lives in a higher frequency, when you're using the oils, you're going to start to be more aware and open to these things that you might be holding on to or harboring. So now, once you've opened this up and you can start to, you're working in your heart place, and you're like, oh, maybe there's something else to this. What oil do I need? And then you're going to go through what they show here is the release and receive process. So now that you're aware that your pain in your body, or your foggy head, or your stress, or any form of the blues. Right now, I live in Vancouver, Canada, folks. It is rainy and gray. I have noticed my emotions and my mood has been on a downward roller coaster ride. And I know that my emotions are connected to my attitude. So if my attitude is down, my emotions are going to be down. So I've been noticing, without me being fully aware of it, I am pulled to citrus oils. I am pulled to these oils that are able to help me lift up. But not, I used to go through, they used to call it, or I used to know that I had the SAD disorder, right? Where you're like the seasonal disorder because it's so gray here. It's so gray. But I also know that I have tools now that I can get out of it instead of wallowing in it like I used to. But today when I woke up, I'm like, oh, it's rainy and it's gray. And instead of me being like in a depressed state like I would have been in the past, I know to reach for these tools. And instead, I focused my attention on the oils I could work with. I journaled through some of the emotions, and all I did was I received the message, I released it like it shows in the diagram, I released it, I received, and I just kept circling around until I felt better. Okay, it's still here. What else can I work on? What else is coming up? Do I feel sad? Okay, why do I feel sad? Well, I feel sad because, I'm in the gray weather. And you start working yourself back into a place of gratitude or acceptance, or seeing that there's a missing piece that you can link into. For me, I was like, well, why the heck am I here? I can go to California, and everything started to open up for me. So you kind of go through this phase, but if you just stop yourself on thinking, I'm having a shitty day today, or you know what, I'm kind of blue today, or I have some pain, no big deal, I'm just going to work past it, I'm just going to work through it. It's going to keep cycling, it's going to keep circling and keep coming up. So work on it if you're tired of holding on to some of these emotions. So going back to the reason I wanted to do the Facebook Live on this topic was because my inbox gets flooded with people that are feeling like they are too stressed, too overworked, to go, to hustle and bustle, and they're losing connection with their self. And that's all. Without them even saying that, I know that that's their issue. What this is telling me is they've completely lost connection with themselves, and now it's affecting their physical body. So most people are saying that they are going to their doctors because they're having this go, not taking time to reconnect and actually look at what they're masking, because you're all running for a reason and trying to cover something, and usually it's because you don't want to look at your emotions. But what their doctors are then telling them is that they have adrenal fatigue, which of course links to more stress, which of course links to, you feeling like you're down in the dumps again. So let's start here. This is my most favorite blend that people come and they want the information on it. It's super simple, you guys. You can put this in a roller bottle with fractionated coconut oil and rub it on the bottom of your feet, rub it down your spine, because your nervous system, when you learn to work with your systems in your body and your nervous system and the oils, Edney, you put it on 30 seconds, it's in your bloodstream, right? It's working quickly. So I like to roll it down my spine and put it on the bottom of my feet. So let's say you have adrenal fatigue, or you want to support your adrenals that are causing you stress or have been burnt out due to stress. These are the 3 oils for you. Geranium, rosemary, I love rosemary, and citrus bliss. Citrus Bliss is the invigorating blend. This is also an incredible blend for the morning if you want to pick me up. It starts to awaken your senses. It goes straight into your body. It fills your cells, and I love it as a perfume. Yes, me too, Marlene. This is actually a free oil this month, and I'm going to tell you how that's free. So I'm just going to leave that so I remember. So another pick-me-up, if you guys are feeling like you have the blues on these rainy days like I do, I just want to quickly touch on this, is wild orange and peppermint. Wild orange and peppermint. Diffuse these first thing in the morning. So what I like to do is I like to put my diffuser on the main floor of the house with wild orange and peppermint first thing in the morning to get me into that space of feeling happiness, because I know my business, my relationship with Ryan, how I show up and present myself, the vibration I put out online, how I run my business and make money is dependent on my vibration. I have to be in a good vibration. Now, I know we all have days. For the last 2 days, if you guys watched my Facebook Live yesterday, I was having my period, and I literally did not book that many calls on purpose because I wanted to honor my body. And I wanted to be in that space of heightened intuition, because that's our time where we're the most high with our intuition, ladies, the first 2 days. So I took those 2 days and I honored them, which was hard for me because I can go. But I sat with myself, and I did not need the oils to wake me up and get going, because I knew I wanted to stay in a calmer state. I wanted to get into that journaling space. So let's talk about that, because the second most important question I get in my inbox is, where is my other one? Spiritual connection. So I want to tell you an interesting story. On Sunday, Ryan and I came home. We were out, and we were going to cook dinner together. It was our Thanksgiving. And Ryan said to me, you know, I'm feeling like, I don't know what it is. I just got to shake this. I don't feel like myself. I feel like I'm tired. I kind of feel like I'm just disconnected. And so we're driving home, and he said, hey, and he asks me every once in a while, he diffuses oils, but he's not like, you know, the oil guy. So he says to me, do you have some oils that can help me? I said, oh my God, okay, sure. So I you know, he's laying on the bed. I'm like, well, tell me, what are your symptoms? What are you feeling? And I'm running right to my emotions and essential oil book. And he's telling me, I'm feeling a little disconnected. I'm feeling a little sad. I'm feeling like I have some pain in my body. Like, I got you. I got the best concoction ever. So this is what I did. I will tell you, 5 minutes after me applying these oils down Ryan's spine and up his neck and right behind his ears, he was holding some tension here, he said to me, holy shit, I never actually believed that these oils worked. And he was a completely different person. Aligned, his vibe was higher, he was happy, he was laughing, he wasn't in pain anymore. Let me share with you what he was doing, because he was harboring onto these emotions. He was feeling like there was some heaviness there. So first and foremost, he said he felt disconnected. I know, isn't that hilarious? You guys were laughing. The spiritual connecting oils that you will want to work with closely if you feel disconnection. And again, I highly suggest diffusing these or applying them down your spine. Remember, the back of our neck, you guys, is that portal for our divine guidance. If you're looking for your soul, your spirit, your intuitive guidance to come to you, and you are feeling like you're blocked and nothing is moving through and your emotions are kind of feeling quite heavy, use these oils to awaken that spiritual connection. So they are frankincense, all I did was I added 2 drops of frankincense, 2 drops of clary sage, 2 drops of sandalwood. Where is this? Sandalwood, not the Hawaiian sandalwood, it's just sandalwood. And I put it into fractionated coconut oil first. These were the first 3 oils that went on his body, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to connect him spiritually again first before we went in and applied for any of the discomfort he was feeling. He was feeling a lot of tension in his shoulders and in his neck. So first and foremost, we reconnected with spirit. These are incredible for reconnecting with spirit. Clary sage is also very calming, so if you want to apply it before you go to bed, I like to apply it to my wrist. It's very feminine. It is so feminine. It's so beautiful. And then frankincense, we're going to talk a lot about this after too. Frankincense can be used on your skin. So if you have age spots, sunspots, any acne scarring like redness, for your wrinkles, I like to put a drop of this into my moisturizer every single night, or sometimes I just take it right off the top of, I just crack it open and I just put my finger on the top and take whatever is on there and just pat it around my eyes, and you know where I like to put my tape before I go to bed so I don't have these, you know, it's so good. I love the smell of it. This is a really high frequency oil too. Such a typical guy attitude, I know. So next, what I did with him was I started to work on the pain points, what he was feeling, where he was holding on to that tension. So for the tension, we used these 3. These are also the oils for anxiety. Now, if I said to Ryan, you know, to me it sounds like you're having some anxiety, he wouldn't want to hear it. But tension, so we'll work with that. If you're feeling like you have some anxiety that's bubbling up and you still don't know what to do to get to that other side of it, and it's taking you over like a wave that's coming through you, and you want to learn a way that you can start to be with it and actually breathe into it, so you're not trying to mask it, because once you mask it, you guys, it's like everything starts just to live in our body. It really just starts to live in our body. You need to tell about the tape. Okay, this is totally like, let's mix skin in with emotions, which it does. So you know, these lines here, like I don't do anything, like, you know, whatever, but they say, because I watch facial yoga. If anybody knows the Japanese woman from facialyoga.com, I think her name is, she's so sweet and I love all her exercises. I do like this to strengthen my eyebrow muscles. I do this to strengthen my brow. But what you can do is put a piece of Scotch tape just from here to here, because I find that I'll wake up sometimes if I don't and I'm all scrunched. But if you, this is so, I mean, it works. Even if you're at home and when you're working on the computer, because I find I do this face too all the time, and no one's like, you're not seeing anybody, just put a piece of tape there. It's actually training you to not frown that way. Totally off topic. So what I did with Ryan next to target any anxiety or the tension in his body was I mixed Console. Console is like a blanket. It's like a warm blanket that's going to comfort you when you're feeling anxiousness, you're feeling disconnected, you're feeling like you, maybe you're away from your family. My parents just moved about 4 hours away from me, and I was feeling a little blue around the Thanksgiving holiday around that. And so I was working a lot with Console because I could really feel it like opening up my heart and allowing me to sink into it. Try the tape. And then past tense. Past tense is a beautiful blend that works on the tension. Ryan has a bottle of this now that he's been applying 3 times a day. He actually says he applies it to his third eye and all over his neck, and it's been helping since we did this opening on him. And then breathe. Breathe is a respiratory blend. But remember, it's also going to help you take deep breaths. I love this oil. It also helps to open up your heart. We store a ton of emotions in our chest. If you feel like you're heavy in the chest, you can't take a deep breath. I used to tell my coach, I feel like I have a bunch of munchkins jumping on my chest because I never looked at my emotions and I just tucked them away. And I remember the first time she told me to punch a pillow, I'm like, you're insane. She said, nope, you got to let it out. So now I work, if I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling like I'm angry, I will put breathe on my chest because I can feel my breath start to be restricted, and I'll go in and I'll punch some pillows. If you don't feel comfortable doing it now it's normal for me. If Ryan came in, I was punching the pillows, no big deal. But I used to take it into the bathroom and shut the door and punch my pillow and let it out. Like, you just got to get it out. If you need to get your anger out and you cannot do it in your bedroom or in home, just go outside and either sprint up and down your street, put your oils on, go for a sprint, or sometimes what I like to do is just stomp my feet outside. So you have to remember, especially as us women, we're so connected to the moon. We're so connected to the moon. But what we also have to remember is there is a dark side to the moon. There's a side of the moon we never, ever, ever see. Just like us, we have this side where we are emotional. And it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be angry or anxious or fearful. Don't shame or doubt yourself for having these emotions. You're allowed. They're healthy. But what I'm saying and what I'm offering you the tools for is do not pretend they're not there and store them. That's how disease happens. That's how, a lot of my hair fell out, is all of this bottled up emotion that I was holding on to. So use your tools, use your oils, get to your journal through them, allow the emotions to come out, or go outside and stomp your frickin' feet. Just do what you can to let them out. You're going to feel so much better. So after I put these 3 oils on Ryan for any of his tension and anxiousness and that sadness, what I did next is gold, you guys. This is going to literally change your life. If there's anything that you can take from this, you're going to take these. Okay. Then we opened up his chakras. I do this twice a day. Where is my lavender? Twice a day. Okay. This is what I talk so much about in the Goddess Boss Academy that's starting on October the 23rd. If you guys are in the Goddess Boss Academy, I want to know. Let me take a drink of water here. The Goddess Boss Academy, in simple, is exactly what I have learned and mastered to become the energetic match for all I want in my life. Forget being stressed out about it. Forget being overworked. Forget being disconnected. Forget all that stuff that we were taught was the way to build a business and create our dreams. What if we did everything with ease and flow? What if we just dropped the limitations and got back home and got into ease and flow? So I know you guys have heard me say that this is my biggest takeaway with the oils, is for me to be able to understand when I'm blocked and where I need to be open. Because if we're showing up and we're saying, okay, you know what, I want to go and serve the world, but all of your emotions are being stored and that energy source cannot come through you, it's just like stopping you, like a roadblock, all within. And that's where you're feeling like, what do I do next? What step do I take next? What do I say? Someone doesn't like me, so I'm going to stop. This is where this all starts to happen, is because we're so contracted that the energy source that is trying to come through you, that your intuition that is trying to guide you, is literally trying, but you're blocking it. So what we want to do every single day to allow our emotions and our joy and happiness to literally flow like a stream through us, from the divine all the way down into the ground, all the way back up, where we're working with Mother Earth to nourish us and give us our joy, give us that next step, give us the next person that wants to join us, give us that next $100,000, like whatever that is. Every single answer is already within you. But if we're being blocked by fear or doubt, we're saying to the universe, like, gosh, I just don't hear you, and I just can't take what you're telling me right now, and you're just delaying. So what we're wanting to do is open everything and be that open channel all day, every day. But don't beat yourself up if you're feeling down some days, because we all do. But remember, we can go in and still heal from that. So this is the blend that I went through and applied on Ryan. After that, I swear was the one that said, he said, I feel so much better. Your root chakra, you need strong. You're like a tree. It needs to be rooted and grounded, but still where you can sway and move when a storm comes through. This is life. We're not always going to be the uppity up on the highest of the high. We're going to sway. Someone's going to say something online that pisses us off. Somebody in our team is going to question something about us. You know, whatever it is, our spouse and you are going to have an argument. But when your root is strong and you're grounded into your message and your like into the earth, into your nourishment where you're getting everything that you need, you will sway instead of fall over when these things happen. So Balance Blend is the grounding blend. Now going back to the free oils, you actually get Balance and Citrus Bliss and another blend I don't think I brought up here. That's downstairs. It's called Serenity, which is the sleep blend. It's also really good for anxiousness. You get them for free this month if you place an order that's 200 volume or higher. So reach out to the person that invited you here to ask them how you can get these free oils, because this is a $70 value for these three. But Balance Blend is the key to keeping you rooted and strong. This is also a great blend if you are feeling stressed. So add it into coconut oil and rub it all over your body before bed. I like to put it on the bottom of my feet every single morning so I am grounded as I'm walking my day. I also like to add this into my bath. I just love the smell of it. It is so delicious and so beautiful. It's very, how do I even describe it? I don't know. It's like joyful, but outdoorsy. There's some like, oh, it's just so good. It's so good. What's in here? It has cinnamon, I don't know how to pronounce that, wood oil. I don't even know how to pronounce this, you guys. This is so bad. Can you see that? No, probably not. I'll post them below. But this is the one that's going to keep you grounded. The next is your sacral chakra. This is your feminine energy. This is your sensual energy. This is your creation. This is like, if this is shut down, sister, you're out of business. We need to wake it up. The way that I know that we can wake it up, my favorite blend to wake it up with is Passion. Passion is such a beautiful blend. Now these come in roller bottles, so they're already diluted with fractionated coconut oil. And all I do is in a clockwise motion, just rub it on and awaken that sacral chakra. What we're wanting to do is get the chakras, our energy centers, from being tight and closed to be open like a lotus flower and spinning. That's what we want to envision. So our mind is also going to come into play with this. When you're applying your essential oils, like let's say you're applying Passion onto your sacral chakra, you're not just applying it and thinking like, okay, what I like to do is I like to say an affirmation. You know, I am safe. You know, I'm grounded and safe. I am safe to be open. And I just open them and I envision them spinning. Then next is our solar plexus is cheer. I love cheer. If you don't have cheer and you purchase the Home Essentials kit, lemon. Lemon is amazing for opening up your solar plexus. Yes, so these are still all the roller bottles. They're so good. Cheer is like Happy Christmas. It has a little bit of nutmeg in it. But it really is invoking that joy and that bliss. So opening up that sunny place within your solar plexus is amazing. The next is your heart. So when I checked Ryan's chakras, his heart, his throat, and his root were blocked. So for heart is, I like forgive. You can also use breathe, which comes in your Home Essentials kit. Anything that's going to open up, you know, your breathing, your heart, anything in your chest. But forgive, I know that anytime there's heaviness in there, a lot of times it's linked to, it's asking you to forgive someone. And remember that when you're working with your emotions, you can write a letter to what you're feeling and your body's going to tell you. You know, way back when I first started coaching, and like I said, I had so many munchkins on my chest, I would write a letter to my munchkins and ask them what they needed. 9 times out of 10 was I needed to forgive somebody I was holding resentment to. And it was normally somebody really close to me that did something that upset me or said something that upset me, and I was holding on to it. And so forgive is that blend that's going to allow you to start to bring forward and forgive yourself, because that's just as important as forgiving everybody else, forgiving yourself and forgiving other people. I love working with forgive while I'm journaling. So this is I think this is a really important blend. Then for our throat, for your throat, you can use spearmint if you have that. If you do not have spearmint, I love to use peace. Peace is such a beautiful one to open up that communication, to find your voice, to speak your truth. You know, so many people that you see, and you probably know some of them, they really want to crack open and create an empire and a business that they love, but they're really quiet. And they're telling themselves, and they're telling you, I just can't do it. You know, no one's going to enjoy what I have to say. I don't really have anything important to say. A lot of people that their throat chakra is blocked will tell you that. I have nothing to say. You know, no one's going to care what I have to say. And that's an indication that it's time to open it up and let it out. So I like using peace and really allowing that voice to come forward. It's also, remember this, it's also speaking your boundaries, right? Saying no when it's a no, saying yes when it's a yes, even if it sounds scary or even if you think you're going to hurt someone's feelings. Our emotions are here to actually tell us where we need to go and what we need to do next. So for a long time, like I said, I was a people pleaser, and it hurt me. It hurt me because I could see other people's potential. I wanted to change their world. I wanted to do everything that I could, and they weren't listening to me. And so I thought it was wrong for me to speak my voice, create the magic that I wanted to create, because I thought they were going to judge me, or worse, I thought I was going to make them feel bad for not being successful like I wanted them to be, or like I wanted to be. So I found myself muting myself because I thought it was wrong to break away from the norm in what I was taught and what my family taught me, or the way my family might have been. I thought I had to just be that way for them to love me. And so I never spoke up. What's funny, we go through patterns, and maybe you guys can see this too. Maybe when you were a kid, you were super loud and outgoing. I know I would set my stage up with Paula Abdul songs playing, and I would dance. And then all of a sudden you go through this period where you shut right down. And you're like, oh man, I remember what it used to be like to be a kid, speaking my voice and living my truth. What the heck happened? It's just showing you that all of that is still within you, and that's your actual truth. And our emotions, or our ego, is going to play a real tricky game on us if you listen to it now. Because always remember that where you're wanting to have a breakthrough is actually what you need to break through. That's actually your truth. You know, people ask in business all the time, like, how did you become so courageous, or how did you become so confident? When I was a kid, I was, and all of a sudden I wasn't. And then for me to reclaim my confidence and my courage, I just had to go out there and take the action that I didn't want to do. I had to break through the fears. I actually had to speak my voice. So next on the list after that rant, I tend to rant a lot, is our third eye. Lavender is amazing for your third eye. So amazing. I was actually, two people today said to me that they like to put console on their third eye. So do I. Sometimes I'll remember that this one, my intuition pulls me to this one over lavender, but they're both equally beautiful. And what this is allowing for you to do is open that divine guidance portal up, open it. So you can start to get your downloads, tune in, see clearer. It's like wiping your lens clean. We're looking for our intuition to guide us as clearly as possible and remove all this fog that we think is true, or that the emotions are telling us to be true. You know, you're not stressed. Just reframe it. The first step in shifting what you want is to reframe it. You're not stressed? No, I'm not stressed. I just have a lot on my plate. Well, why do I have a lot on my plate? Well, maybe I'm running for a big goal, or maybe I don't have childcare this week, or, you know, whatever it is, and start to reframe it. You can see, working with the oils and working through it, you can talk yourself out of that stress, and you can start to feel better. Next, for your crown, I'd like to put it like right up here, is frankincense. Frankincense, like I said, is the king of oils. This is like, it's written in the Bible. It's what was the gift to Jesus. This is seriously really, really good stuff. If you got your home essentials kit this month, you know that this is good stuff. It is so spiritually connecting. It's also really, really great for cracking open your creativity, all this magic that you want to create. All of that is here. It's waiting for you. And so what frankincense is doing is just saying, yes, I'm ready, and come and let me in. So by using these oils first thing in the morning, and then again, I like to do it at night to make sure my stream is open, because Ryan and I have been doing this thing lately where we open up our channel before we go to bed, because it's just as important to set an intention before you go to bed as it is during the day, because we do get downloads when we sleep. And I have been doing this when I open up my chakras. I set my intention for my sleep and what I'm going to get from it. And last night I had some really cool dreams of guidance from my coach Anne. She came into my dream singing and telling me what I need to do next, and it was so incredible. It was like I was living this whole other world in my dream space. How do you check your chakras? Great question. Do I have it here? One sec. I don't have it up here with me. What I like to do is I like to use a pendulum. I'll use this as an example. Normally, my beautiful friend Jill gave this to me. You can put any crystal you want and attach it into a necklace. So normally you can put a crystal in a necklace, or if you have a crystal on a chain that you can use. But if you have a pendulum, what you want to do this with everything, you guys. Muscle test, do this with everything. The food you want to eat, the oil you want to use, the clothes you want to wear. Do it with everything. What I like to do is every single day I tune in and I ask my pendulum a simple question so I know which is the right yes and right no direction. So I will say, is my name Kris Britton? And it will start to spin clockwise. So I know clockwise is my yes. It may be different for you, so establish that. Then I always say, do I live in San Diego, California? And bummer, it always says no. One day. But then I know I'm on track. So what I do is I sit with my chakras and I just hover in front, like in front of my heart chakra. I'll hover in front to see which way it goes. If it is the clockwise and it's a yes, it's open. If it's a counterclockwise for me, it's closed. So then I know which one I need to work on. Now I still go with all of these oils and open them all back up so I know they're staying open and they're humming. But say my heart's closed. I won't just dismiss that it's closed and go right into an essential oil to cover over it. What I want to do is I want to explore why. Where am I not forgiving? Where am I not opening my heart enough? Where can I let more people in? Where can I share my heart more with people? What is the emotion that I'm feeling? One of the greatest pieces of work I've ever done with anybody, for myself or with my clients, is actually help them work through whatever their emotion is. Some people have trauma that they hold on to. And instead of just saying, just choose again. You know what? Who cares about what happened to you in your past? Just choose again. I do not think we should ever get hooked back into these emotions or the past and dwell and live there again. No, I do not think that. I do know the time has come where you can choose again. But I also know that the important work I do with helping people through their traumas, by helping them have a breakthrough through working through it, like I said, reworking the wording around it. Okay, I feel angry. Well, actually, no, I'm not angry. I just had a disagreement where I wanted my point to be right and Ryan wanted his point to be right. And I'll literally I'll talk the truth into what happened instead of me reprogramming my brain, telling me I'm angry, I'm fearful. Instead of saying I'm in so much fear right now, I will talk myself through it. Well, no, I'm not in fear. Okay, what is it really? And I'll just keep talking, and then I'll have that breakthrough. And I'm like, right, this is no big deal, but see how we get looped in an emotion and we think it's true? What happens if it doesn't circle, just sways? So that's a really great question. Then that usually means that it is neutral, and that there could be, what some people say and what my mentor has said is that there is something still deeper within there that needs to be unlocked. So definitely continue to work. If it's on a certain chakra, just continue to work on it. Say an affirmation, Sammy, and apply an oil on it, and then go back and see if it opens right back up. One thing that we're doing when we start the Goddess Boss Academy, you guys, is I'm going to have you guys answer a couple questions before you use the oils and before you use your pendulum, because I want you to actually see and feel what your intuition tells you. and see and yes, so try that. Okay, let me see what else. Oh my gosh, 44 minutes. What else do we have here? Now they're all messed up. Fear. Let's just talk about fear. Sorry, I'm trying to get back on my Wi-Fi. I had to reconnect to Wi-Fi. I hope so. Okay, let's talk about fear on this topic. Juniper berry is really great for fear. It's your throat. Okay, so what are you not saying, Sammy? Or what do people really need to hear from you that maybe you're too afraid to say? Start to journal on some of that. And you know what, you guys, when you're aware of this, and for me, a lot of the times it's my throat, it's my heart, my throat, or usually my sacral, that I know I really need my self-care and I really need my feminine radiance to come out. When you're aware of this and you say, so Sammy says it's my throat, once you link it up, you're going to notice like, oh, I haven't been doing that, and that's actually what I need to do for me to have X results, or for me to feel this. It is so fascinating. Okay, so a mixture of juniper berry for me with fear and jasmine. Actually, I just learned about jasmine last week for fear, and I had been, before I knew that, I had been rolling it on like crazy, and I'm going through a phase in my business right now where I do feel some fear. And this is not something that I tuck away and I push away. My fear is always, and you guys probably know if you've ever seen a video of mine, is of people leaving, of being abandoned, of rejection. And so I noticed I was so pulled to rolling on jasmine everywhere I went. And when I noticed in the book that when I looked it up that it was linked to fears, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I had been journaling so much on these false beliefs that I was bringing forward that aren't true, but I can see how you can manifest them to be true. And I started to use the oil in a way to guide me to have a breakthrough. Because it has a frequency that your body will resonate with, it's going to lead you to that breakthrough you need. It's going to lead you to that aha. If you're just open and aware on how your body feels when you use them, like when you crack open an oil, like for me with ylang ylang or frankincense, I crack it open and I smell it, it literally lands for me. And I know that I'm going to be okay and I can work through this. Our sense of smell is so important. That's like, and they say, oh, you can smell your ex-boyfriend's cologne and it takes you right back there. Same thing with essential oils. The reason that they work so well with emotions is that when you smell them, they bring up that emotion for you in a way that it can be released and healed, because that's all we want. Our subconscious beliefs, our subconscious mind is just running on beliefs that are not completed yet. So that's why I say, instead of saying, I am depressed, reframe it so you can actually see what the belief is that is just recycling. And then you can start to have your transformation to heal it, if that makes sense. Okay, real quick, you guys, what else did I have for here? If you want some self-love, for me, like I was saying earlier, when I didn't appreciate myself, I worked a lot with bergamot. This is the oil that is going to help you with self-love. It's going to help you with self-acceptance. Any emotions around that. When you're going to go in the mirror and do your mirror work, make sure you apply this. Add it to fractionated coconut oil. Rub it all over your body. It is such a beautiful smelling oil. It is so amazing to crack open your self-awareness. Same thing with elevation. Diffuse this. It is so beautiful. It is such a joyful blend. If you're feeling like you need a little pick-me-up in the winter, or you're feeling a little down, elevation is your homegirl. You can diffuse her and feel like $1,000,000. Put her on your pulse points. Let her do that joyful work. I talked about, well, ylang ylang I kind of talked about, but for all that feminine flow, she's your queen. A little on your heart, a little back of your neck. I put her everywhere because I love the smell of her. I love diffusing her with spearmint for clear speaking, spearmint and sandalwood. Ylang ylang, spearmint, sandalwood. So incredible. I get a little bit of a spiritual awakening. I get a little bit of voice for my business. I get a little bit of feminine flow to attract all these beautiful people. That's what I like to do. Another topic of stress related to any skin or physical symptom issues. If you're feeling stressed and you're breaking out, if you're feeling stressed and you're losing your hair, if you're feeling stressed and you're holding on to extra weight, neroli not only is amazing to put on blemishes because it heals it like a mofo really, really quickly, it's also the oil that if your skin or any of the physical symptoms is linked to stress, this is going to help you so much. Neroli is a brand new oil. I love the smell of it. It smells like copper tone sunscreen kind of to me. So I know that this helps me calm that stress that is related to my skin breakouts. I apply it all over my face. I apply it down the back of my neck when I wake up in the morning, and before I go to bed, I put it under my nose because I want to smell the aroma to help me with any of those stress signals. I love this oil. It's also good for our pregnant mamas that are about to have a baby. What else do I have here? I think I talked about everything. The only other thing that I wanted to share with you guys, pardon me, is the new yoga collection line. I know my beautiful friend Angela was asking about this. The yoga collection. So this is the box it comes in. And if you guys are any Elena Brower fans, she's a beautiful yoga instructor and author. She's actually friends with Gabrielle Bernstein. Gabrielle Bernstein is in doTERRA, if you guys don't know that. Now you know, she got her started. So these 3 oils, I have been noticing that they are helping me because I've been working with them a lot to see what the difference is for them, with them. So one is called Arise. So for me, I can really feel when I'm using this oil, I use it on my pulse points and I also diffuse it. I can feel my strong point of view arising. I can feel that drive to need to go out there and really work with women to get my voice out there. I can feel it. And I know that there's this aspect of business, ladies, and I know I talk about feminine flow all the time. There's this aspect that we have to bring in the masculine to work to build the business. But I don't want to be overly masculine, right? So then I'll work with Anchor. Anchor is a beautiful blend that helps me anchor into my goals in a way that's my way. So what I do with this, of course I diffuse it because I love the scent of it so much. It has a little bit of cinnamon in it, so it's kind of sweet. I will say my affirmations for my personal goal this month, for my business. I will say it and then I'll breathe in the Anchor blend to anchor those into my cells. Because remember, everything that we're using these oils with, they go into our cells. So imagine if you wrote your affirmations down and your goals, and every single time you did that, you were applying an oil or smelling it, like you're using it as an aromatherapy to anchor into these goals. What the heck? Your life would change. I know it would. And Align. Align is a really, really fun blend. It's one that I know keeps my aura and everything open. So when I'm feeling like I am out of alignment, meaning I'm feeling a little disconnected, a little sluggish, a little confused and overwhelmed, because I know that when I'm in alignment, you guys will know when you're in alignment, you're going to feel open and expansive and free, almost just at ease. So when you're feeling constricted, suffocated, heavy, you're out of alignment. So reach for a blend like Align. This one smells quite fresh. When you reach for Align, you can put it down your spine or diffuse it just to kind of get that alignment going. Now, people do, I'm not a huge yoga fanatic. I like yoga, but I don't go every day. People are using these 3 while they're in their yoga practice. So I think it's actually really beautiful how they're merging these oils are to really merge mind, body, and soul together. So that is a great line if you're looking to start off with a way that you can simply work on your emotions. Many of the oils I shared with you today are in the Home Essentials kit. If you're looking to go deeper into this work to clear emotions, to reconnect to your truth, to heal your heart, become that energetic magnet for what you want to create. It doesn't necessarily need to be in business. It can be in your relationship. It can be in anything. Then definitely check out the Goddess Boss Academy if you're not already in there already. Send a note to the person that did invite you here to ask them more about that. But all that's required is that you get started on a Home Essentials kit, which is giving you the top 10 essential oils anyway, frankincense being one of them. Frankincense is a pricier oil. It's about $78 or so. So you get that in the kit, plus you get a free diffuser. And you guys, when you get that kit, you're gonna get your 3 free oils. The third one's downstairs. I did not prepare properly. Balance, Citrus Bliss, and Serenity are going to come to your door for free from doTERRA when you purchase that kit. So let me answer any questions that you guys have. Oh, Joanna, that's amazing. You're gonna love the yoga line. I'm so happy, Sammy, that makes sense. Let me know if you have any other questions. Terry, oh my gosh, I am so glad that you loved it. You're gonna love your oil so much. Yes, the convention kit, it's incredible. So the convention kit comes with the new rose, neroli, jasmine, which is going to help through fears, copaiba, which I have been playing with. I haven't really been talking so much about it because I've been taking the last couple weeks to play with it. Copaiba is for any inflammation in your body. I know in the States, technically you're not allowed to say certain things. In Canada, we can. So copaiba internally, I've been taking it in water, is actually really good for any inflammation. So disease, diabetes, you know, for me, I really noticed the difference in my skin. I really noticed the difference in the cramping of my period. I didn't get the cramping that I normally did, so I know that it was helping with any inflammation. But it is a beautiful, beautiful oil also topically if you're feeling pain or discomfort as well. I don't actually know emotionally what it is all for, but I can report back. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for spending this hour with me. I honestly thought we'd do this in 30 minutes, so I bless you for staying on it this long. And any other questions that you have, please feel free to reach out. If you guys have questions on a certain emotional pattern that keeps coming up and you would like some support on which oils to get, just send me a private message or tag me in this group, and I will go through the book and help you with the oils that you can mix and apply and where to apply them. I'm happy to do that for you. And let's just create a really, really great breakthrough, you guys. And you got this. You're incredible. I love you so much. And I look forward to talking to you soon. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the Goddess Boss Academy. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.